Come here. Hi there, it's me and Dexter again. Out on our first daily walk. We're over in the woods today, so he can have a good run around. Chase his favourite rabbits, like Dexter does. And I just wanted to talk about him in general, really. He's my 5th Doberman. He's 3 years old, and he comes from European lines. Both his parents were European imports. They lived on a farm, lovely life. And his mother had 15 puppies. And I first went to see Dexter to have a look at the litter when he was 3 weeks old. And I knew I wanted a boy because I'd lost Ella and I didn't really want to have another girl so soon after her. So I had a boy. We picked Dexter and then picked him up when he was about 7.5 weeks old. Of all my Dobermans, has been the most energetic, and I think I said in my previous video, the most challenging as well. Yeah, he's been the most challenging out of all my Dobermans. He's a lovely boy, really friendly, a bit too friendly really. Well, you can't have one really too friendly, but he loves everybody, loves children, tolerates other dogs. I could have him off lead, as you can see. Of all my Dobermans, in exercise needs through the roof. I try to walk him for at least 5 miles a day, good 2 hours. At least an hour and a half off the lead. I know that's not doable for a lot of people, but Dexter's been having that kind of exercise since he's been about 10 or 11 months old, so perhaps a little bit older. So he's quite fit, and he's obviously used to that amount of exercise. When I bought him, which I bought him from a breeder obviously, I've never rescued a Doberman. I did try several years ago, but unfortunately they didn't want to let me rescue a Doberman because I had another Doberman, and I think most of the Dobermans that were in rescue at that particular time didn't particularly get on well with other dogs, which was a big no-no for me, because I had a female. Both his parents were European imports. They were both cropped and docked, as in cropped ears and docked tails. Both KC registered in the UK. Obviously, as you can see, Dexter isn't docked and cropped because it's illegal in the UK unless you're using them from actual working dogs, as in, I know he's a type of working dog or classed as a working dog, but they've got to be have a job of work to be able to have that done. Still see some Springer Spaniels, gun dogs that are used for that are still cropped here, but in general pet puppies aren't, as I say, because it's illegal, but his parents were. And a lot of people don't like the look of Dobermans with the long tail and the natural ears because it gives them a much softer look. Obviously when their ears are cropped and they have no tail, it makes them look more, well, quite mean really. it gives them a more sterner look, let's say, which is what a lot of people associate with Dobermans. He was a good puppy, and then obviously he got to 6 months old, and people that have got Dobermans know they all go through the Dober teens, as we call them. This is when males and females, but I found it more with my males, start to be a bit more stubborn and not listen. And this is the part where you have to put a lot of intensive training in to get the dog that you want out at the end of it, because they can take quite a long time to grow up. And Dexter's no exception. He tested me, and I just had to lay down my boundaries, tell him no. And at times you just get so frustrated because you really think they're never going to get out of this stage of just not listening. But slowly and surely they do. And he's made a good dog. Sometimes he can still be a little bit demanding and stubborn and not listen. But I'm not really into having a dog that can do tricks, as long as he listens to me, which is a big thing with me. He listens, he comes back, and when I say no, I mean no, especially around other dogs. And if people have got children that are frightened of dogs, you know, he'll come away. So there we go then. Thanks so much for joining us on our walk. In my next video, I'm going to talk about all my other Dobermans and the pros and cons of keeping a Doberman as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.